So Betty had a big decision to make. Was she going to go try to join her sister in that G3400 in the Armada in space? Or was she going to stay local in Arizona and look for a marine biology job? Well, it turns out Betty decided she wanted to stay on planet Earth, at least for now. Yep, she went home and told her mom and dad, who were waiting for her after graduation, that she decided she wanted to stay in Arizona and become a marine biologist and start looking for local jobs. Her parents were proud of her because she graduated with a 3.7 GPA and made the dean's list on the college. It was pretty impressive work considering her heavy workload in both marine biology and German, and she had done an outstanding job with her studies. So, the next day she woke up and decided she was going to go out and start looking for a job. And as she walked across the street, she realized she forgot, what was it? Her resume. So back home she went. Not only can she apply online and in the cloud, but she can also physically hand resumes off, which most people don't do these days because of such an interconnected world. She wanted to stand out. But at the same time, that same day actually, her big sister Betty was up to something else. We take you to that G3400 spaceship, captained by Ramos Santiago. And what was happening? Well, apparently, they were in for a treat today. Because as the spaceship went from Mach 3 down to nearly 300 miles an hour, they noticed something. They noticed off in the distance, not just a meteor, but a controlled meteor. Something very suspicious. And when we come to find out, it was a moving planet. Now, this planet was previously unidentified, and the captain decided they were going to name this planet Varmok. And Varmok it was. The planet was about 3 times the size of Earth. Or that's what they guessed, based on the size they saw and the distance away they were. But they had no idea what was in store for them on the planet of Varmok. No idea at all. So they approached the planet as it moved in orbit. And they were about 2,000 miles away when they heard a large crash. Now, it wasn't the sound of a crash like something hitting the floor. No, it was a thunderous crash. It was a crash! But it came from space. The crash was unknown. They didn't know what happened. And right as they're about to figure it out, we go back to Ellen, who's looking to get a job. Now, she narrowed down her prospects to 2 jobs she was looking at. She conducted 2 interviews, and she had to make a decision on which job she was going to take. On the one hand, she could be a caregiver and a trainer for an elite aquatic traveling petting zoo. Now, this petting zoo isn't your typical petting zoo with goats and sheep and other animals like that. No, this petting zoo has dolphins and whales and squid and penguins. But yes, it is traveling. This is, the 2200s, And so that was one grand option that she could take as a caregiver and trainer of that aquatic zoo, traveling zoo. On the other hand, she had another very interesting job proposal. This job would take her down to the deep depths of the sea. That's right, it was a job where she would have to search for sunken ships and possibly hidden treasures inside of those ships that are sunk at sea years and years ago. So she had to make that key decision. What job was she going to take? The one where she's out looking for buried treasure in sunken ships, or taking care of the animals at the aquatic traveling zoo? You make the decision, and we'll go from there.